Hey yo, what's up, ladies? This is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0. Goddamn, I can't show these fucking nets, shitty ass team. I'm doing this. This is Alex from Mindful Attraction. I'm gonna show you guys how to. Yeah, I'm not gonna advertise these shitty ass nets. Disgrace to Brooklyn. I'm gonna show you guys how to handle negative emotions. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I've been going through it today, right? And I was like, you know what? Let me show you guys how I handle negative emotions. First of all, get yourself a bottle of wine. Okay. Nah, I'm kidding. Of course not. I'm talking about beer. No, essentially, like today I had a long day, right? Everything was going bad. Nothing's more stressful than knowing that you have messages that are there for you and you can't just access it. Isn't that annoying? That like stabs at you, right? And so I was dealing with that today. On top of that, I had to pick up a friend of mine who I was supposed to take to Queens because he couldn't drive, and his car got stuck in traffic. And so I had to wait for someone to pick it up, and I had to come back home. So it was a very bad day, per se. So I felt a lot of stress. And so how do I handle stress? First things first, notice what happens when you get stressed out. Notice your attention becomes narrowed to one specific thing. It becomes so narrow that the environment around you becomes almost blurred. That doesn't happen to you? It's kind of like a camera, right? Camera could focus on me, and you won't be able to focus. It doesn't focus on the environment. That's what stress does to you. It forces you to focus on the problem. And what tends to happen is that when you focus on the problem, you know what happens? The problem increases. For example, what the fuck does that sound? For example, like right now, right? Let's say you're stressed out, right? Notice where your attention is. Notice what's feeding the stress. What's feeding the stress is not the problem itself, because the problem is there. Thinking about it is not going to make a difference. What's feeding the stress is your conscious attention, your conscious vigilance of the problem that you can't handle at this moment. For example, I always give this analogy. It's kind of like being late to work and you're in traffic. You're late to work and you're in traffic and you're frustrated. You keep thinking about what's going to happen when you get to work, but you can't move, but you get mad. What's the point? Now, what happens when you're late and you know you're late, but then you say to yourself, you know what, fuck it, I'm late. I don't give a fuck. There's nothing I'm going to do. And you just give up, right? You're still in traffic, same situation. What's the difference? Now you're not focusing. Your mind is not focusing on one specific problem. Your mind now returns to the present moment. Stress is all about thinking about the future and thinking about the past. That's what stress is all about. You can never be stressed if you focus on the present moment. You can only stress lies in time. Time is mind-made. Time is an illusion because time is created by the brain. The experience of time is not an act. It's just a concept. Time is a concept and we experience it. Time is not a reality. Time is just a concept that's created by your mind. As a result, our mind experiences a continual flow of time when the reality is not really there. For example, you might think when you get older, right? When you look at your body, right? You think you're getting older, right? No, it's just that your body is aging in the present moment. It stays in the present moment. It doesn't last. It doesn't happen in the past. It doesn't happen in the future. It happens in the now. So when you're stressed out, it means that you're in the future or you're in the past. That's what stress means. So when you're stressed out, let's say you come home from work, right? And you're stressed out. What happens? And you try to say hi to your family, right? And you're stressed out. What happens? You can't really say hi because you're still thinking about work. Someone from the YMCA is looking at me. What the fuck are you looking at, motherfucker? I'm kidding. So when you're talking to your kids, say you're talking to your kids, right? And you're stressed out. Hey, mommy, how you doing, mommy? Hey, how are you? And you're just thinking about work. So you're high, your attention, you try to play with your kid, but you can't really play with your kid because you're still thinking about your job. But there's nothing, in reality, why are you doing that? But you feel like you need to do that. So this is what happened, right? What's really going on is that you're trying to fix the situation. And in my case, thinking about the problem makes you feel like you're doing something about it, right? So what you should do? I began doing this when I had road trips with my family. Somebody said, if you want to become enlightened, spend a weekend with your family. And I was going to New York City from Pennsylvania, and that's like a 3-hour ride. And my mom has a tendency to get mad when she's like in long rides, right? So I was like, oh goddamn, this is gonna be interesting. And midway through the ride, this is when I found out about this concept of trying to feel better. It was like during those moments, I said to myself, you know what, man, like right now I'm just trying to feel better. I'm like, what would happen if I just stopped trying to feel better? Like, what would happen if that would happen, right? Like right now, you're stressed out right now, right? You're stressed out because you want to feel better. It's crazy, but the trying to feel better is what gives you more stress. So right now, try this. What would happen? Ask yourself, am I trying to feel better right now? I always say this, but I'm trying to get it through your head. Are you trying to feel better right now? See, right now, I am trying to feel better. Yeah, I thought I wasn't, but I am. Right? You feel like that little tension. So what am I going to do now? Ask yourself, what would happen if I stopped trying to feel better just for 10 seconds? Just for 10 seconds. See what happens. It's like your awareness expands, right? You guys even notice with the microphone, right? You notice, right? It became from me, and suddenly I stopped talking, and you just started hearing the sound of the environment. And you became more present again. See, presence lies in the present moment, right here, right now. When you stop trying to feel better, you stop trying to conjure up different solutions for your pain. Those solutions are what fuels the pain, because you're focusing on it. You're focusing on the pain. As a result, you can't really focus on flowers. You can't really focus on the environment, the sounds of the environment, the beauty of the environment, because you're so wrapped up in your own head. So what I did today is I did that. Actually, I did it differently. I focused on my breath, right? It's the same thing. Because what happens is that when you're stressed out, you'll notice it. You notice it right now, right? You're stressed out. What happens? Your attention is like fixated on that problem, right? And if you don't feel like you're not fixated on the problem, that means the problem increases. So what happens? When you focus on your breath, you're gonna notice your attention wanting to return to the problem, and that's all you're gonna do. Just notice, and as soon as you notice, return to the breath, and you're gonna feel a turbulence inside of you, right? And what happens is that when you feel that turbulence, something happens where it just begins to tickle. That emotion turns from turbulence, like it's like it transmutes itself into peace. That pain and that attention that was taken away by your mind, because it was telling you should focus on this, and it created an identity from it. The attention is very similar to the breath that God gave Adam. As soon as you breathe on it, we're just focusing on it, it gives it life. It's kind of like if you hate someone, right? Somebody hurts you. If you decide to hate them, they're gonna become a very conscious part of your mind. You're gonna start hating them. You're gonna start thinking of ways to hurt them. That thought becomes life, and that life becomes an action, and you end up killing them. See, the more you focus on that thought, the more it becomes stronger, and the more it becomes part of your action, part of your being, part of your identity. Suddenly you become a hateful person. So what you gotta do is, the only thing you gotta do is just remove what it feeds on, which is on your attention. Start focusing on the breath, and you're gonna notice, hey, focus on me. Look, there's a problem. And you say to yourself, can I fix this problem right now? Is there something I could do right now? Is there something I could do right now? Return to the breath. And your mind's gonna say, look. No. Can I do something about it right now? I can't. Focus on the breath. And that's how it's done. It's that simple. It's nothing complicated. You just noticing the breath. And then you're going to feel your mind trying to distract. It's kind of like shooting a free throw, right? You're shooting a free throw and people are trying to distract you. What do? You shoot the free throw, you focus on the rim. You focus on the breath. You notice your thoughts arises, and once again you're thinking about it, return to the breath. And that's all you got to do. I'm telling you, it's the simplest way to find peace. The simplest way. Yoga is very similar to yoga. Yoga does this, where you're doing the poses, yoga poses, and you suddenly start hearing thoughts, right? You hear thoughts, but because you're focusing on stretching, you feel that pain. Those thoughts are important, but they're not as important, because there's something in front of you that's more important, which is focusing on the stretching. But little do you know that focusing on the stretch is very similar to focusing on the breath, because you're doing the same thing, which is focusing on the physical sensation rather than on the mind-made entity, which is your thoughts. Right? And when you do your yoga poses, you notice your thoughts. Oh my God, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do tomorrow? And then you do a different pose, and now you got to focus on that pose. And suddenly you're focusing on the pose so much that the thoughts arise, but you just don't even notice. Actually, you notice it, but you just don't care, because you're just focusing on the pose. And that's what yoga does. It helps you return to the breath. I use yoga as a spiritual practice, to be quite honest with you. I use it more as a spiritual practice. People use it for stretching, and I do that too. But for me, it's primarily as a spiritual practice. Primarily, and only for spiritual purposes. Some people might do it for other purposes. Now, when I say spiritual, I mean just self-awareness. That's what spirituality for me is. It's just self-awareness. Self-awareness is not the boom, boom, boom. Like, nah, it's just self-awareness. That's what spirituality is. Self-awareness. The physical world outside. The spiritual world is on the inside. Noticing your thoughts, noticing your emotions, and becoming aware of it. That's what it is. But yeah, man, that's it, man. I'm hungry as fuck right now. Anyways, if you guys need one-on-one coaching, just go to mindfulattraction.org/coach in a pocket. I'm not gonna tell you guys right now, but I have something coming up. Actually, I might have a seminar that I'm gonna be doing by this summer. If you guys are excited, if you guys want me to do a seminar, I am gonna do the seminar. But if you guys are really excited about the seminar, let me know in the comment below. It's gonna be in New York City. I don't know how many of you guys will be able to travel. I don't know, but I'm gonna have it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be very fun. Oh, there's some stuff I haven't taught you guys. Oh my goodness. See, in this channel, I teach some stuff, right? I teach 50% of what I know. There's another 50%, man. That's like some deep motherfucking shit. Some deep shit. You think this is something, man? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, yeah. You guys gonna learn that in the seminar. Oh, I'm excited about that. Anyways, this is Alex from Mindfulness. Have a good day, okay? Bye-bye.